Today's deck highlight is a little bit of a different take on one of my favorite archetypes in the game, and that's Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative, for those not familiar, has the powerful on-reveal effect of swapping the power and cost of all cards in our deck. This means our deck is constructed in a manner where we have a lot of cards with higher costs and lower powers, so that way when they get swapped around, we have a ton of cheap or even free cards with really potent effects. The thing that this build is leveraging that's different from other builds of Negative I've played in the past is the top end of our deck consists of Black Panther into Arnim Zola here, which is a really powerful 1-2 punch, especially when we tee them up with Shuri ahead of the curve. So one of the things where Mr. Negative kind of falls short is, what do you do in the games where you don't draw Mr. Negative? And this Shuri into Panther into Zola gives us something powerful that's capable of winning a game entirely on its own, even if Mr. Negative is nowhere in sight. And in the games where we happen to draw Mr. Negative, all three of these cards still work incredibly well once they get inverted. Panther is a 4 energy card that doubles to 10 power, and Arnim Zola is a 0 energy 6 power card that still splits one of our cards at its location to be doubled up across the board. The rest of this deck is most of the usual suspects that you find in Mr. Negative. Psylocke to play Mr. Negative ahead of curve, Magic to give us a 7th turn and be able to draw another card that's been inverted in our deck, and then Blue Marvel and Iron Man as powerful ongoing effects that work well with Negative and get easily doubled up by Mystique. At any rate, I hope you enjoy the game highlights that I have for you here today. I think this build just kind of hits from a different angle than the kind of stock Negative deck that I've been a fan of featuring in the past, and I think if you like what this build is doing, it's a very reasonable alternative to that other configuration. Shuri is a card that I know is not quite as accessible as a lot of other cards in Snap currently, since she's still Series 5. You can sub her out for Wong in this list. Wong will still double up Black Panther nicely, even if in a little bit more telegraphed manner, and Wong actually has better synergy with something like Ironheart that we're also playing. At any rate, I hope you enjoy the games. Remember, if you do, to snap that like button to help this content reach more people. And you happen to be new here and you enjoy seeing sweet Marvel Snap decks, consider subscribing to the channel. I post a highlight with a different deck here 7 days a week. I'd love to see you back again. But for the rest of this day, enjoy some Negative Panther. Yes, Wong fills a similar role to Shuri to a degree. Wong's just a little bit more telegraphed, right? Wong lets your opponent know where they need to be playing to. This Mr. Negative isn't particularly great for us. A lot of our best cards are already in our hand here. Believe in Magic on the right, which opens us up to be able to play an ongoing effect there. Bast is very good in decks that have low power amounts on their cards by default, so it's very good in non-Black Panther Mr. Negative decks, for example, because Mr. Negative decks are based around cards with low powers.
All systems go.
So if I go Iron Man here, Mystique here, and then the last turn we can go Shuri Panther. Hide the Mystique, maybe? not gonna have priority though, right? So if I hide the Mystique, we get got by what could be an Enchantress or a Rogue deck. They kind of look like Zabu Surfers, like both of those effects are in their range. Oh my god! So that was the best draw in our deck, not close. So Shuri gets to double this up, and then Taskmaster copies the double up. Bigger swings in the Giants' playground here for the last turn. Like, I mean, there's only 2 cards left in my deck, chat. We had to draw some of them. Some of the cards had to be drawn at some point. It's leaving. No, I wanted to make big numbers. Gonna be plus 32 here and plus 32 plus 40 over here. Vormir. We finally found a good use for Tempo Ironheart, chat. Playing to Vormir. Yeah, Dice Run's always my recommendation when people ask for things to poke at. That's very, very good.
If you bought your Dice Throne Season 1 straight from the distributor, from the publisher, then you're probably fine. But if you got like a secondhand copy or something, check to see what version it is, because they updated a couple of the characters. They what do you call it? Balanced them?
Rebalanced.
Rebalanced them.
Okay, chat. I think this is a Ironheart here to clear the Vormir trigger for our side. Then we'll go Shuri into Karmatage, Black Panther into Karmatage. And then we just need to draw Zola or Taskmaster to be able to win the game here. I think I'm staying in. We have 2 draws at 2 outs and 5 cards. He says before getting Cosmoed on Karmatage. That literally doesn't matter. God bless. Oh, you know what? Zola doesn't really work though, right? Because they're gonna have more stuff than us in Mojo World. Okay, so we actually only had 1 out here, which makes my call a little bit worse.
Well, you're really losing that middle one.
Yeah, you lose it by a lot if you don't have more cards there or the same number of cards.
Maybe you should retreat.
Yeah, that's probably what we're doing. Oh, wait. The Panther can technically win the middle, can't it? Okay, LOL. For the memes. For the memes. That would be a checkbox on my Marvel Snap bingo for sure. I've never won Mojo World with less cards than them.
Why will you get more points with the
The
Panther?
Panther doubles his stats when he has his on-reveal effect, and when this guy creates copies of him across the board, so he'll re-trigger his on-reveal here and go to 128. So long as they don't put, what, 19 into here, we're good? No! Okay, chat, that is 100% Spooky Ghost. 100% Spooky Ghost. Do we win the breaker? Maybe it's not a Spooky Ghost. We win the breaker anyways, right? We sure do. LOL.
Why do you win the breaker? Because you have a card and they don't?
Because we have more points than they do. So we have 130 to 109. They have 6 to 0. Okay, that's actually hilarious. That's phenomenal.
I don't want to be in a highlight.
You're gonna be in a highlight, Liv, sorry. I was gonna avoid putting you in a highlight, but...
Wow! That's rude.
That's rude. I don't want to be in a highlight. Wow, it's rude that you weren't gonna put me in a highlight.
A lot of crafting projects I need to do.
Okay, chat, if we were snapping optimally, turn 3 Mr. Negative would be a snap here, but we're just making content, so we're trying not to chase people out.
We own the board game route.
We've never... Is that what's still in the rep?
Yeah. There's also like 6 expansions still in the plastic too.
Goose is a little annoying.
Sagrada's good, yeah.
Ooh, that's such a good hit for us, chat. Okay, the hit Zabu. Oscorp Tower doesn't matter. We'll go ahead and we'll Shuri here. Again, just kind of prioritizing keeping this lane open so that way we can tee up Panther into Zola there.
Is this accurate?
This number? Yep. She didn't believe the viewer count that was up on the side of my screen was real, chat.
It's accurate.
She doesn't think you all exist, okay?
Bots.
It's not, we're bots. Damn it, chat, you're not helping. Rock Slide, double Rock Slide is real bad for us. Our Shuri here is unfortunately going on magic, but this will make their Darkhawk one smaller at least, but we'll get to steal it. We got that going for us too, I suppose. Hey, Drum Freak, thank you for the almost 4 years. Appreciate the support. And Jay is chillin'. Thanks for the quarter of a year. Afternoon. They're real, they just live in Canada. Yeah, exactly. They have Hawk and Shuri. Interesting. The sequencing here on Shuri and the Hawk also is indicative of the fact that they don't have Mystique here, which is good to note. I guess I'll play Goose here in the center. Is there a reason to play the Rock out? Oh, you know what? I should sequence this so the Rogue goes last in case we draw our own Mystique. Can we do this? We'll play the Rock out in case we draw Blue Marvel.
Did you ever consider that Jeff is the bot?
Okay, they did nothing. So ours won't be nearly as large because their deck is smaller than ours. Whoo! Look at that, chat. Play well, get rewarded. Nailed it.
They think you're powerful. It's cute.
So Mystique will be 7. We'll cut 7 across here. We'll get to Ironheart, copy a bunch of stuff. This is a really solid game. This list seems very reasonable. It's very different than the stock negative list, but it's doing different powerful things in a way that is enjoyable. Nice, so we get to just sidestep their Shuri here too.
Yeah, I really like the way you're losing in every position.
We're gonna win 2 of them right now. Give us a second. Swing, better swing. Nailed it.
Victory.
Get tempo play into Mojo World here. It looks like we're getting the Dino bundle will be 4K gold for 5K credits, and we're getting a $5 Jubilee bundle that has 500 credits and 500 gold. Man, if there's a $5, I'm honestly super excited about the $5. If the $5 Jubilee bundle with 500 credits and 500 gold is real, I am super excited to learn what's wrong with it and why it's not okay. I'm racking my brain to try and figure out why that could possibly be the case, but I expect I will need the Reddit detectives to let me know. Yeah, maybe it's a typo. I could be a typo. My neck beard is tingling with suspense. Yeah, for what it's worth, I think there's a very good chance that a $5 bundle could be real because they want to test lots of different price points, is the TLDR. All right, we've got free Zola and free Taskmaster for next turn. Let's figure out what we're doing with them, huh? Looking for Panther or Iron Man here. Baby. Ooh, baby. We go Panther into Zola. Wait, okay, hold on. I could go Mystique, copy Blue Marvel, into Panther, into Zola, into Taskmaster. Yeah, and this lands a 20 power cat here and a 20 power cat here, and it leaves us with an 8 power Zola here and a 10 power Taskmaster. Oh my gosh, I think the Dark Dimension is gonna save us, chat. Does it? I think we're good. We should win. Oh, we should win left and right? No, are we a little short? No, we're good. We're good. We're gonna win them all? We're gonna win them all, chat. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Let's talk about this Arnim Zola Taskmaster interaction here real quick, because Taskmaster's a little unintuitive. So, Arnim Zola has 8 points of stats, 6 plus 1 from Blue Marvel plus 1 from Mystique. And then Taskmaster goes, okay, the last thing you played has 8 points of stats. I copy the 8, and then it also gets plus 1 from Marvel and plus 1 from Mystique. So when you have an ongoing effect like Blue Marvel, Taskmaster basically gets them twice in a roundabout way. Yeah. Playing one of these just for tempo? Probably not. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna chill. Ever lucky. It's fine. More good negative cards to keep in our deck. I think the plan here is Shuri into Grand Central. So that way, if Arnim Zola goes into Grand Central, we'll get to split her across to make some big things. Well, are we supposed to just do this now? Oh yeah, I need to rock first if I was doing that. Good call. I think we just do this now.
Wakanda forever.
There are 8 cards in my deck, meaning that their Hawk is currently 17. Taskmaster plus flip a coin on the Panther. That wins, right? Good deal. GG!
Victory.
Zero energy cards are great shit. Again, with no Mr. Negative in sight, we're gonna tee up Psylocke into Magic. They widowed the Death's Domain. Well, we might still Magic next turn simply for the sake of taking Death's Domain off the board. Can I borrow that for a second? Punished for roguing the Zabu, as frequently happens. Okay, that works out though, right? We'll go Shuri into Cat and Zola. What's the saying, chat? The cats in Atlantis, do-do-do-do-do. Arnim Zola, do-do-do-do. I got nothing. I thought we were gonna do a Cats in the Cradle there, but it just didn't work out. What's the best thing to do if I find myself losing a lot of games? Have you tried winning more?
Wakanda forever.
I think I'd rather Zola than Taskmaster here. I'm asking for things that are possible, not a fantasy. And my best advice to you, whether you are on a winning or losing streak, is that you should always focus on the things that you can control. And in general, in Snap, one of the things you always have control over is how many cubes you are losing when you lose a game. Whenever someone comes to me and they said, I'm just having the worst luck, I lost, 100 cubes. It's like, well, if you just lost 100 cubes in a sitting, you were probably staying in a lot of 4 and 8 cube games that statistically you should have been leaving. So even when your draws aren't working out well, a skill you should be working on in Marvel Snap is when you should snap and when you should retreat. And it's one of the things I love about this game is even when you're running bad, you have some agency over your own fate. You still have choices that matter, that impact your laddering and game experience. It's not beautiful, chat. The sand. Oof. 16 here and here is probably not enough in whatever this matchup is. Yeah. Negative Bast is good. I'd be very surprised if Bast... I'd be very surprised if Bast wasn't good in Mr. Negative. Probably a retreat, and under optimal circumstances, we could spew a few cubes here. Gosh, why not Ironheart in the Dark Dimension? Because I wanted to tee up Panther and Zola here. Is our potential route to victory. Oh my gosh, if neither of these cards are disruptive, we win. Woohoo! Oh, that's the good stuff right there, champ. That's the good stuff right there.
Wakanda forever.
So, this 3-card package, Shuri, Panther, Zola, really, and obviously sometimes you could even just Panther, Zola, but these 3 together really feels like they're a 4, 5, 6 top end that should probably be explored in a lot of different things once these cards are a little bit more widely available. They're just, yeah, they just like, we basically did nothing and then played a 5 and a 6 and 1. Like, the Rogue 1 point did make a difference there. Thanks for being one of the awesome people that made it all the way to the end of the video. Remember, your likes and comments help videos grow with engagement, and be sure you're subscribed to the channel as well. I post Marvel Snap game news, updates, deck highlights, and other fantastic stuff here 7 days a week. We hope to see you back again real soon.